Welcome to day 2 of the great UK travels.
Don't get that.
Someone got upset about Southern Northern. We know that Southern Ireland is Ireland and not in the UK.
Someone really got upset, and once again, like when I'm talking, sometimes I talk fast all the time, clearly, but we are literally like 5 minutes from the border, so we're fully aware of the differences, the currencies, and also the legalities of where we are. But thank you for mentioning that.
Sometimes when
we appreciate you.
I think when you're making a YouTube video there as well, like there's an element of it that's got to be semi-entertaining. And although we want to get as much fact out as
do you know how boring facts are?
Can you imagine if I just sat here and explained the legal?
Put in the comments. Put in the comments now. How many people history was their favourite subject? No,
there's going to be loads of history.
And they'll hate me for saying it. Cool. Load the comments up, folks.
Yeah, but
no, hang on, let me finish.
It's entertaining, you know, like fun facts and.
Yeah, but majority of history is basic facts. What I'm saying is this happened on this date, and that's not entertaining. However, if you were to watch a film, or you read a book, or even a book in general, which once again has been written by someone, so in some way, shape, or form, it's entertainment. It's not necessarily just the date and the time that happened. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if we were just to relay the date and the time and what we're doing, we picked. Who gives a
feel comfortable in the fact that we've researched things, we've looked things up, we've worked out what we're doing.
And I'm not a complete moron to geography at this point in my life also.
It's pre-planned, like we're good, okay?
If it was you, I'm coming at you hard.
We don't want to bore you with the facts.
No.
Unless you want to be bored with the facts. So anyway, we're having a Macca's. Anyone else call it Macca's?
Guys, it's early-ish in the morning. It's not that early.
What time is it?
I'm going to give a fact. It's 10:44. That's a fact for you.
If anyone wants to know, like, this is a really good hack if you're a vegetarian in McDonald's for breakfast. Because
someone's going to shout at you because there's going to be something which isn't veggie.
I don't like egg, for example, so I don't want an egg McMuffin. No, this is really serious. So they do a cheesy bacon flatbread, and you ask for it without bacon, and basically what you get is a cheesy. It's like a flat toasty. I'm saying people will want them, and it's only like 69p when you take out the bacon.
It ain't the healthiest, folks, but let's be honest.
Right, we're going to Penarth, right?
Yes, sir.
Penarth is let's get some facts. Penarth is a
place we're going to go in a minute. I have no other facts for you.
Welsh coastal town.
Once again, the facts, who cares?
Is it coastal?
Yeah, it's by the coast. You can see the sea.
Anyway, it's quite affluent, isn't it? And we normally do very well. We've got Bottega there before.
Do you know what? I think every time we've gone there, it's banged. However, the very last time we went there, it wasn't so good. And I don't know why. Every single shop, usually, you can get a fair few items. Last time, that wasn't the case.
I also think you have to bring the energy, though. I think when you're like, oh, I can't bother to pick now. Not you, but in general.
No, I get it. And I think sometimes, even us, like, we'll go out and sometimes it's a bit like, okay. The thing is, someone said the other day, oh, well, just don't do the video. So just to clarify, guys, we pick, like, nearly every day. And most of the time, you don't see it on video. So, like, when someone says don't make the video, our life... just to clarify, isn't picking on film. Our life is picking. So, do you know what I mean? Like, so I think people get...
The film is extracurricular.
Yeah. Like, so to say, oh, well, just don't film it, we pick every day. So if we're not feeling it, or if we're just, you know, human beings, like, every day is not like the best day in the world. Like, you know, that's how it is. So you have to try and do the very best you can with what you have. And last time, like, we tried hard and it was rough. And I think some people fall into the trap of buying stuff just because it's there to fill a bag and say, well, I got something. That's not always the best to do either. And we've come home multiple times with nothing at all.
Well, yeah,
and don't be scared about doing that sometimes, you know.
Side note, for any football buffs in the audience, behind us is what is it?
Oh, I can actually show it, you know.
Cardiff City
let me do that. I didn't even think about
Stadium.
that. Let me do that quickly.
We're literally eating McDonald's in front of the football stadium.
This is how close it is, right? I'm going to take you with me, okay? This can go really pear-shaped. Okay, so I already stopped it instantly as I did that, yeah? So hang on, come with me. So there is the stadium, and I'm just going to show you quickly. There's the stadium. Probably no one cares, but yeah, we kind of do. And there's McDonald's. It's like a KFC there. Like, food-wise, there's a lot of stuff. And there's Asda and a kind of retail park there. Anywho, we thought that would be fun. I didn't. Bethany did. There's a McDonald's bin as well. Who knew? Anyway, back to the van. That was Cardiff City.
That was Austin. Penarth it is, and then we'll do some updates from Penarth, and then we've got to try and get one of these videos edited before we go, because we're not going to have Wi-Fi for a little bit.
So you should receive the first video at first it would be today. Why am I saying that? Honestly, I'm not. But at this point, in a couple of days' time, I'm not going to know my, you know what, from my elbow.
Let's not keep a track of timescales. Let's just say this is the second day, and that's all you need to know.
Yeah. That's all you need to know. Stay out of my business. Yeah, day 2.
And we'll do a little haul later of what we got yesterday to show you what we got, kind of things we've been picking up. We got some Acne, we got some
we got some
Dolce & Gabbana,
I'm trying to remember, my mind's blank.
Anthropology,
we got some really cool, randomly, with all the luxury brands, we got, well, kind of luxury brands, we got some really cool Crocs. Actually, I haven't even got them.
Crocs?
They buy here?
No,
they're not. I'll show you later.
Anyway, and all those things will be going into the Poshmark auction at the end of the week.
By gum, you say Poshmark, Bethany, the live auction. When is that? What date? Because once again, irrelevant to when this is being filmed, what date and what time. It's the 29th.
29th.
I know the answer.
Saturday the 29th at 8
I was just joshing.
Which will be midway for our trip.
8 p.m. on the 29th. Just want to clarify
There's
that.
no time difference, is there, in Ireland?
No, at all.
I'm joking.
Someone in the comments will tell you actually. There's 4.2 seconds difference if you're catching a certain wind.
Anyway, so we'll show you that later, and then we'll catch up during the day. We're working this out. We're all learning together. We're learning how to be socially acceptable humans.
That's hard. I'll be honest.
You're learning how to watch socially acceptable humans. So basically, it's just it's a big one learning experience, and hopefully in between we'll show you some thrifting too.
Yeah. What I'd like you to take away from this is, if once again I say this all the time, but if you have no interest in what we do or what we're saying, please join and view anyway, because you know what, you might learn something.
Do you know what I've been thinking this whole time filming these little clips though?
What?
Is that the sun's in my eyes, but it's not. It's because the outside is quite bright. So this whole time I've had one eyebrow up, and all I can think of is I'm Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah. Goodbye. See you in a minute.
They say you should never enter a strange building with no official shop signs, but we did want to go in and have a chuckle at the array of counterfeit items, but it actually turned out to be a great discovery. Well, I wouldn't know, great discovery.
I mean, I think that's strong.
But it was fun.
It was fun. There was some mad stuff in there.
So this was I can only describe it as a makeshift emporium.
That's exactly what I'd call it.
Why not?
I don't know why I'm laughing, because I think that's exactly what it is. I didn't know what I expected from you at that point.
There was many different vendors. I've just seen those pillows. They look like 1970s, like shag pillows.
I was too busy looking at that lamp.
Yeah, that was a nice lamp. But I think it was newer than it looked. It had like a mid-century vibe, but I don't think it was. Anyway, they had clothes, they had furniture, they had knickknacks. See those pillows? Do you know what I mean? It was like it was fun. I love shops like this. My faves.
It was made up, like Bethany said, an emporium usually is made up of multiple vendors, and that's why we call it an emporium. For anyone who maybe didn't know. And this was totally random, in as much as each emporium, that's the vintage goal. Surfwear and skatewear at the moment, especially vintage stuff, is bang-a-langing. This is a Michael Kors. I would call it, it's basically an overjacket, like a sports jacket, or like not a sports jacket, a utility jacket.
Safari jacket.
A safari jacket. That's a great descriptive word. Because that's exactly what it is. Some people do sell these as chore jackets. Technically, they're not, but you do get that chore vibe, so you know what I mean. Do you, put in the title, make your money.
Yes, I do. Utility workwear, chore style jacket.
There you go. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, is that right?
Yeah, indeedy. Like I said, there's lots of different vendors. The chap, I was looking at this jacket. In general, this guy, I think he was going travelling, and he said, I'm getting rid of my stuff. And it was all pretty reasonable. I guess it just depended on what you were looking for. He's there trying to sell me some other stuff as we speak.
I love it when people try and sell us and stuff.
Like, it's a hard thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fun. Anyway, you talk about this then. Go on.
So this is a vintage, I reckon it's like early 90s.
It looks like you're interested in the content.
Yeah, well, do you know what? When you see something of this era, you're like, okay, there's going to be old stuff inside. And there was old figures, which I didn't know what they were. There was old VHSs. And when I say VHSs, and everyone's like, well, everyone does VHSs. No, these were old. Anyway, it wasn't an original Hugo Boss. I'm pretty sure it was a It wasn't necessarily a perfume piece or a fragrance piece. It was something which was slightly older, kind of back in the old 80s.
They used to love doing bootlegs of Hugo, didn't they?
Yeah, but that wasn't. It was a really nice piece. Talk about this TV.
Okay, do you want me to talk about TV? Because I would have had this and I would have brought it home. It was on wheels, right? Which firstly is sensational. It was the Philips Discovery. Or Discoverer.
Discoverer, one of the two.
Anyway, and that...
You'll see it in a minute.
You see it in a minute. The top bit, it comes down like a visor.
See, I'm sorry, I'm just going to shout it out. As I picked this jacket up, the guy was telling me his titanium lined, and we were talking about it, but I just realised that off camera he just lunged at me with the, I appreciate that as a salesman. Do what you got to do.
I would lunge at you too.
Oh.
Anyway, and the end caps were missing on the visor section, so I thought there should be another bit of the visor, but when I looked it up, there wasn't, right? I'm going to tell you a thing or two about this TV.
Talk to me about the TV.
I don't know about it. They said it didn't have a power source, so they didn't know whether it had worked before, which to me is just like, I don't know what I'm talking about. So I just like the fact it's round. I'd like a white round one. Anyway, so this comes down. It's called it says there
Challenger or
no Discoverer.
Okay.
Anyway, I looked it up, and the first comps that come up listed. I didn't look at Souls because I wasn't that interested. I just thought it'd be quite cool. And we have a van now. The first comps that come up,
I think you mentioned that.
listed 550.
550 indeed.
550.
So once again, I'm not even sure if this was working. I'm not going to say it didn't, but when we asked, they were all a bit sketchy. I can't lie. Not sketchy as in
they straight up
as in,
said they didn't know.
Yeah, but like it may very well. It wasn't like no, it doesn't work.
Well, it's a classic like boot sale ad.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Last time I plugged it in.
Oh yeah, 1978. No, but it was a really cool piece. And do you know what? If it was cheap enough, just if that's your kind of aesthetic,
you probably could have got 100,
cool.
200 quid spares and repairs, I reckon.
Like the reality is something like that is where if you've got one which works, but like the casing smashed or something, where could you possibly get another? You couldn't. It would be expensive.
So yes, I probably should have got it. You do not have to come at me in the comments. I'm fully
this
aware.
This is £550
of my life choices.
When you buy a lady.
These were sportswear goods, both new, vintage, and who
knockoff?
knows. I wasn't going to say that.
I just said it. Like, we're the luxury pickers here, guys. We like, it is what it is. There's a lot of different stuff. There's a lot of good stuff actually as well. But I think a lot of the time people do these kind of inverted commas vintage rails, and anything from sportswear to designer to whatever era they throw on. And do you know what? I'm not gonna be a hater on this one because it is once again
sipping on the haterade.
It's an emporium, so I get it. But I think I don't know. It just annoys me when there are people out there like really, really, really trying their best to keep everything vintage or to keep everything a certain era or to keep authentic shirts.
In defense of the man who owned the rail, there's no science to suggest what it's meant to be, so it could be anything.
No, I'm with you on that. Yeah. But by the same token, I will just go back to the UK law and say counterfeiting is illegal.
Oh,
okay.
I do, yeah, from that perspective.
Slow your roll.
Okay.
Yep.
Sir, I will slow one of the roll.
Okay. Anyway, once again, it was just mostly random sportswear.
Always worth looking through though, because you never 100%. Know what you're going to find. Like a sailor's outfit.
And because, once again, like I think, to be honest, what's Bethany found?
I was actually doing my job. So these are some Jeffrey West. Now, I would have got these if the toe hadn't been knocked out. It was upsetting me. I was trying to work out if there was anything I could do. But you see the leather on it. It has like it's metallic. As opposed to like a patent, it's fully metallic.
I'm with you. Yeah, you can see that sheen there. I see what you're saying.
So
it's like a candy kind of coating.
Jeffrey West is a shoe brand you really want to look out for. Even though I know they're not to everyone's taste, you have to remove that at the front door. They normally got a Cuban heel or something in the description. You can buy ankle boots like Pinkle Wickers or what are they called?
Winkle
Pickers. The Croc ones. Those would have done really well. They got a box, but the damage was a little bit too much. Does that make sense?
Well, Bethany said with the coating, when I say coating or like the leather or what's been done to the leather when it was created, some of those finishes, not like a brown or a black or like a tan where you can maybe re-dye or do something with, there's just like, unless you have the colour code for that specific coating used, there's just no chance matching it up. Now you can sell them used or you can sell them in that condition, that's fine too. But obviously, I'm like, if they have labels and saying they're Jeffrey West, they clearly want a somewhat a premium for it.
Yeah.
So for me, it needs to be in the right price range. That thing down there you just pointed to is so cool.
I'd like to know if it was original or not.
Cardiff Rugby Football Club Adidas medical kit. What do you mean original? That was OG. That was painted on.
That's what I'm saying. I know, but anyone can paint something on something.
No. Like even the Patino, the paint.
I'm skeptical.
No, I'm not. I'm going to throw it out there.
See the toes on the Jeffrey West? That's the other Jeffrey West.
That was the one they put in the cabinet as well.
I also left this in, well, we're looking at sunglasses, but look at that Playboy cabinet.
The cabinet,
I
yeah.
would love that in my house.
What do you think? What is that from?
It's
Playboy,
from
and what's the other side?
It's a
Something ring?
lighter, definitely lighter.
Oh, okay, lighters. Yeah, cool. Makes sense.
Anyway, so I had some Oakleys. These are nice. Any Oakleys sell really well. Big Oakley picker-upper at the moment. These were sort of what I would
We've been
call
picking
more...
them up like more recently, since last summer.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, the whole kind of go-up core, the whole kind of skater, just general outdoorsiness.
Dadcore.
Yeah, like dadcore even.
But the lenses had
They go
actually
well.
gone on those. The lenses.
Good night,
were
Vienna.
sharp. What a lovely visual that is. I thought of shoes. None of them are worth anything.
Not a penny.
Remotely good, but you could, if you're a buy on style kind of human, you probably could have done quite well. Like in the Y2K vibes.
That jacket you just pointed out, please, if you're watching this, go back and look at it. Was it Salim?
No, Salem.
Salem, sorry, the place, Salem.
Step-in crew or something.
Salim or a tuna for
I
Mustang.
personally like the shoes from 2000 and that said "It's time" with a clock on the front.
It had Diamante 2000 on them as well.
Yeah, and the Diamantes were all present. I'd just like to say.
That's a quality shoe right there.
Yeah, no, because the Diamantes normally come off.
I know what you're saying.
Has anyone missed our ramblings? I haven't.
The funny thing is, this will be sandwiched in between the glorious footage that was our trip and our journey. And so this will be like, oh, yes, we're all really fun and high. And yeah, everything's great. Not high, that's illegal. But, up, I'm saying. And then it'll come to the end. Well, let's just leave that there.
YSL, this is a Yves Saint Laurent classic 2000 shirt. At the moment, we try, in the loosest terms, to pick up the ones where the YSL is more visible.
Yeah, that's the only reason I didn't pick this up. And I know, sometimes people say, why are you doing videos when you're not picking, everything up? I could have picked that up. It was a decent price. But once again, even in the Y2K vibe, people are looking to, if they're spending on a brand, they're looking to at least know and acknowledge the brand they're using. So black on black, not so much. It just doesn't go like that. It doesn't sell quick enough. And the sell-through rate on items like that, as opposed to something maybe with a contrasting YSL logo on it, are very, very different.
Or an unusual one I recently picked up.
Yes, you did.
My Diamante. I got it from... I'll remember who I got it from at some point.
It was on Poshmark.
Yeah, it was on Poshmark. And it's got like a Diamante YSL, but that stayed in my collection.
In fairness, we bought quite a bit on Poshmark, so to not remember, that's okay.
Yes. But look, I sped this up. I think it's my new vibes. No, I wanted to show, and I wanted to show last time, and I wanted to show again this time.
We got for every time.
Every single item in the shop is done. And I like to do it in a clockwise motion. I get a bit weird about it. So I know exactly what I've done, because you can sometimes get overwhelmed. There's a lot of clothes. For example, in this shop, I would start at that first skew and work my way back, unless I decided to work at the back and work my way forward.
Or you get interrupted by someone who clearly wants to be in your physical space.
Well, yeah. Yeah. But sometimes I just wait. And that annoys them more. It makes them feel uncomfortable.
I have no patience, so it's not happening.
I found a couple of pieces here that I'm eager to show you, but Austin was adamant that he wanted to finish the blue rail.
I need to finish my rail.
Yeah. Okay, look, see? And I got told, and then he was upset that I wouldn't wait. See?
Honestly.
Here we go. So I got this Bash shirt. BANSH.
Oh, I checked the Pits kids.
This is a me and M, but we decided it was a bit too discoloured. White is always going to do that.
I forgot we even got this. This is a bang.
So this is obviously been customised. They've cut the neck out and cropped it, but they've done it in a really efficient manner. It's a Happy Mondays. I say promo shirt.
Printed tee.
Yeah, it's printed tee. And do you know what? I wouldn't normally pick anything like this up, and I thought it was so cool. And you never see Happy Mondays.
No, Happy Mondays, like in general, their vintage stuff goes crazy. This is a little bit older, but when I say older, I'm talking like early 2000s, maybe, yeah, early 2000s. But the truth of the matter is, you get anything original, and it's worth big money. You're talking hundreds and hundreds. So even something from the kind of the early 2000s, like it has value, and I think it's cool. And you know what? The fact it's being cut as well, it's a little bit different.
Do you know what? I just thought it was vibe, okay? Let's stop it there.
Hush.
This is a jumpsuit. Now, Hush has a like weird... Hush does well anyway. But jumpsuits, for some reason, just like are a really premium Hush piece.
Like, I think actually the most of the Hush stuff, like they obviously do basic tees like everyone does, but like their jumpsuits, their
resale,
their heavier sweaters,
45-50.
mad money.
This is aisle Isle Jacobson. Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Go on, and it's going to come up again. Isle Jacobson, which they're known for making rain jackets, rain boots.
I was going to say boots and shoes, like rubberized,
but
most
they
of them.
also make other pieces. It's a fully beaded caftan. It's a gorgeous piece. It would have been high retail, would have been high 100s, maybe into the 200s. What we're going to do today, we're doing a voiceover today for this yesterday, is I'm going to do...
Don't do it. Why did you do that to the people?
Because I'm going to say I'm going to do a little mini haul in the next video.
So you'll see that in a haul, I'm saying.
And we'll talk about prices in a better manner because we haven't done that.
Yeah.
Because we haven't. We're bad people.
The only thing is, someone mentioned the other day, this was a Ferrari, like laptop case, but it was made by a more generic company.
I left it in because I knocked the book off. And then there was a really great visual when you went around the other side.
And look at this superhero. Look at this.
America took a fall.
Oh, bad times. Apologies to the USA. Nora, what was I saying then? See, you've smashed my train of thought.
About mentioning prices, sometimes we forget.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that. It was labels. People have asked for labels, and we only put labels in if it's something we haven't put labels up before. Yes. That we put that up multiple times. So once again,
we'll do it close out. I'll do a little pile when we talk through things.
We will for sure.
Okay.
All right.
This is a British Red Cross.
All right.
I love this shop, right? Because they do and the biggest amount of Zara that I've ever seen, but good Zara.
Yeah.
However, I tell you, the way this is laid out in the double rack situation with the scaffolding, I never look through the normal stuff. It is impossible.
This is amazing. So this is iceberg. Is I think it's wool. I'm pretty sure it's wool. It was £50 though. Just very, very good. Very, very good money if it's for you, but too strong for a resale. You
want the more cartoon stuff from Iceberg, like they've done a lot of Disney stuff, a lot of Popeye stuff, Looney Tunes, that kind of
pop culture vibe, very Moschino kind of vibe.
Yes.
And if, with all due respect, those kind of more like cardigan, grampy vibes, if you want, it's just not. It's not that kind of brand.
I left this in because it was deliciously cute.
Okay, that's for the small person. It's from Zara.
Yeah, it looks like a little clueless dress or like a picnic in the 90s.
Yeah, indeed.
But I also say this one has a more premium price point. So this was £14.
Well, actually, there's a sign. I don't know if you saw it. It says anything from our high street partners, which obviously high street partners, Zara, for this store specifically, is 50% off. It's literally there. We just passed it.
Whereas I've been in other Red Crosses though, and it's been a lot bigger discount.
Yeah, because I think it's just end of line. I don't know if I'll catch it here. You might catch just on the top right here. The sign was anyway.
They also had a good size range. I would say that as well. A lot of the Zara shops, I find the Zara collaboration shops have a poorer size range.
Talk to me about this.
I found this. I didn't get it in the end, and I thought I'd leave it in so you can all shout at me. This is Flax. Flax is a linen brand. This is a size small in this cobalt blue. It was £6. I probably should have picked it up in Reflection, but I chose not to. I try and pick up the more Largan look pieces from this brand, the more oversized. And
I'm going to say that's very Largan look and that's very oversized. What you mean is, though, the colour visually is not really like what I'd call Largan.
It was quite slim. It has quite a slim waist, you see.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. Austin wanted to show you this.
I thought it would just be really good clickbait for at some point for like a look where we went picking video. But clearly it's Cardiff.
That was a Goodwill label.
A Goodwill?
Yeah.
It was actually, yeah.
This is a PSDA or PDS day. I can't. PDS.
Don't bother. Just don't worry. It's okay.
Dyslexia. And they buy in bundles of vintage. But someone told me once, the Children's Hospice, I think, told me once that they buy in the ends of Goodwill.
Which makes total sense.
Yeah.
Guys, right, so always check the sunglasses. This was literally a sunglasses case, and I was checking if there's any in there. These sunglasses, look at Bethany's face.
I love sunglasses.
So there's two reasons I really, really like these, and I thought that Bethany would like them even more. Was one, the colour in the gold. So, like, it sounds funny, but they looked really kind of like, I don't know, what I call like the deeper gold. Some kind of gold plated stuff usually is very like, it's a very thin plate, it's very light, it's almost like a shiny kind of gold.
Yeah. These
look really dark. The brushed effect, which almost looked very, I don't know, late 70s, early 80s.
Kind of rolled gold.
Rolled gold, that's literally that's what they call it, isn't it? If you know the exact kind of the kind of process, please put it in the comments. But I don't know if I get a close-up of them in a momento. Maybe I don't because it's hard to get them off Bethany.
I think they look really like late 90s, like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
There was some really nice stamping inside. Very, like, you can see how yellow that gold is.
Yeah.
There was some really nice stamping inside, which, to be fair, we didn't look up, and I didn't necessarily take too much notice of. There was no brand to speak of. There was a lot of numbers. And I thought to myself, you know what, there you can see the finish. I thought they're really cool. Bethany liked them anyway, so when it comes to it, she has them for herself. Or, you know what, we'll do some research and see what the situation is. They were like $2.99, I want to say.
Yes.
Yeah, something like that.
And we looked up at them, the 24 karat gold vintage plated sunglasses.
So we finally left. Well, I say we left. We're 5 minutes up the road. We stopped just to get food. Bethany is currently eating sushi. Vegan sushi. Sorry, my bad. Vegan sushi. And I'm not. I'm eating KFC, which after what we had earlier is just downright terrible. But there you go. Life on the road, hey, folks. We are on the main kind of road on the way out from Cardiff, and we're going to be, like I said, we're going to be leaving in about 5-10 minutes. Why?
You just like spit facts.
No, not my game, sis. And we'll do some filming on the road. I think we've got. What time is it now? To be, you know, my fact. I'll give you fact, lady.
7.
Sorry, I'm in the middle of chicken, guys. Apologies.
7:39.
So it's 7:40 exactly now, and we both sorted ourselves out. We both changed. We both showered, and we're just about to leave now, as I say. So if we leave now, it's about 4.5 hour drive, depending on traffic, which should be dead because it's like I say, we're going right through the evening. And when we get there, we have to be there an hour before for the ferry. So we'll probably have a chat while we're in the car on the way. I thought I'd do this anyway. If this doesn't make the cut, whatever. But it's just kind of updating you throughout the journey. Bye.
Update. It's 42 minutes past midnight, and we have made it to the ferry. I say that loosely. We are sitting in a queue of cars, and it says, "Welcome to the port." And that's all it says. Do you have anything to add to this, Austin?
Not a thing. 4.5 hours straight in the car. Not a thing to add to that at all.
My butt hurts.
Same. My legs hurt, my butt hurts, and
I have to say, it's not clear though, is it? I mean, obviously that says what the ferry we're taking over there, but like everyone just appears to be queuing mindlessly.
I feel like it opens in like the next 10 minutes.
Oh, it's not open, is it?
No, well, I guess that's why we're queuing. So they open it, and then everyone kind of goes on the queue, is waiting to get on, and that's why they say it should be an hour before, because that's when they start kind of.
All the lorries are gone over there. They obviously know where they're going.
Loading us up. Yeah, exactly.
It's busy though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it busier than you thought it would be?
I don't know, I thought really, yeah, probably actually. This time, like, you think, oh, it's going to be like, I don't know, it's like when you think you're going to go to the cinema, like, late, and then all of a sudden, like, the whole thing's full.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You missed all the trailers.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Next update when we actually get on, how about that?
That's a surely good idea, Austin.
Okay. So we're on. Bethany and the small person are in the lounge, which I'm going through now. It's actually really, really quiet. There's a lot of people. I think just either sleeping or whatever else. It's like 2 or 3 in the morning now. Let me just go into the lounge 2 seconds. I can't talk too loud when I get in there, so I'm not being weird, but this is early in the morning. See if we can catch up. It's currently 2:58 in the AM. I'm just uploading a video to YouTube and charging the GoPro, and whilst I'm doing all that, the other members of the Luxury Pickers are cheers guys.
This is a foot passenger announcement. I'd like to ask that all foot passengers please remain seated in the accommodation until a further announcement is made sure.
We've officially been awake a lot of hours. I don't have much to say. McDonald's isn't even open.
We've got 2 minutes till McDonald's open, and then we're going to
I
sleep.
thought McDonald's are 24 hours.
Yeah, so did I. This is BS. We're in Tesco car park, which opens at 7 a.m. McDonald's opens at 7 a.m. and it's now 6:58. We've been just over to 24 hours. And how you feel? Lil slept a little bit. How you feeling, Lil?
Tired.
How you feeling, Bethany?
I have no comment.
Neither do I. So we won't. And
We'll see you.
we will see you later when we're a bit chirpier.
Tomorrow.
A bit. Tomorrow is today, but
Tomorrow
it'll be tomorrow.
for these folks.
Yeah.
Yeah?